Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has said some victims of the Shakahola massacre are escaping to Tsavo National Park. Speaking while addressing the media, the CS said the rescue operation will not stop until all of the victims are evacuated. On Wednesday, one victim who was rescued from Shakahola and brought to the hospital died. Kindiki said the victim refused to eat, blaming it on the indoctrination. Mesh Msimbi with more.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has extended the dusk to dawn curfew.
We'll be announcing further measures to upscale the search and rescue mission
in the Chakama Ranch area by 30 days, even as report indicated some of the victims had refused to eat.
Sadly also, yesterday we lost one of the persons who had been rescued from Shakahola forest and taken to hospital for stabilization because they continued to resist eating. We tried our best to feed the victim of this horrible crime with a lot of resistance, but because they had already been weakened significantly, that combined with their resistance to it made them to succumb last evening.
He classified that the exhumation was suspended to allow for the commencement of a post-mortem exercise.
Exhumation exercise was suspended last week, and also that one victim who has died in hospital in the circumstances in which I've explained.
The death toll from the Shakahola currently stands at 241.
We have been able to rescue 91 persons. Of course, now one of them has died. We have been able to take DNA samples from 93 cases. We have been able to reunite 19 victims with their families, and we have been able to arrest 34 persons until now,
with 5 of them being skeletons exhumed from the vast Shakahola forest.
And therefore, the total number of deaths so far is 241, including the 5 skeletons recovered after the...
This comes as the second phase of autopsies for 129 bodies.
The suspension that took place on Thursday of the exhumation exercise is meant to allow this post-mortem exercise of the 129 bodies that are here to make sure that we are able to free this hospital mortuary because it is of limited capacity, and there are other deaths occurring through normal attrition, and therefore we'd like to free the facility, transfer the bodies to a temporary morgue.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has said some of the victims of the Shakahola massacre are escaping to Tsavo National Park.
To extend to new areas. And number 2, we will also be upscaling the rescue mission in terms of the use of technology. We'll also, number 3, be upscaling the search and rescue mission so that we make sure we comb the entire land and make sure every inch, every meter, every kilometer is accounted for and is cleared in terms of search for both live persons or even people who have been buried there. But unfortunately, we have evidence of more graves in Shakahola forest.
Speaking while addressing the media, the CS said the rescue operations will not stop until all victims are evacuated.
We will resume the exhumation of more bodies. It is sad, but that is the position. We will go back, and as I promised last time I was here, we will not leave any of our people in that forest.
Kindiki also extended all other measures he had issued on April 26, 2023.
We'll be announcing further measures to upscale the search and rescue mission to extend to new areas.
This means that there shall be no public gatherings, processions, or movement either alone or as a group during the period of curfew into and out of Chakama Ranch. The only movement will be allowed, according to Kindiki, will be permitted in writing by the Kilifi County Police Commander in consultation with the Operation Commander.
The measures that we imposed when this tragedy was first discovered are still in place. There is a dusk to dawn curfew from 6 p.m. or 1800 hours to 6 a.m. 0600 hours. Any person who is found within this 800-acre piece of land, which is actively under investigation, and the entire Chakama Ranch measuring 50,000 acres, any person found making any movements, assembly, or meeting between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. will be treated as a suspect of crime. Any member of the public to get harmed as a result of any engagement between our officers and any criminals who may be holed up in this forest. Therefore, security procedures demand that when you have an active security operation, including a search and rescue operation, you must keep the public away to make sure that nobody is harmed. The only people who are allowed to access this forest and the ranch are people who have been authorized to do so by the Operation Commander, Senior Assistant Inspector General of Police Peter Ndungu, or the team leader.
The CS also announced that the area remains a crime scene and out of bounds for every unauthorized persons.
The same area, the entire Chakama Ranch, is also an active security operation area. It is also a scene of crime. For that reason, we have limited movement of unauthorized persons or persons who have no role to play in the security operation.
The CS also said immediately after the post-mortem examination are concluded, the exhumation process will resume.
We will also be upscaling the rescue mission in terms of the use of technology. We'll also, number 3, be upscaling the search and rescue mission so that we make sure we comb the entire land and make sure every inch, every meter, every kilometer is accounted for.
The post-mortem exercise will be led by Chief Government Pathologist Dr. Johansen Oduor.
That we are officiating the commencement today of phase 2 of the post-mortem examinations on 129 bodies. In the usual manner, the teams are the same. This exercise will be led by the Chief Government Pathologist, Dr. Johansen Oduor.
And he will give daily updates every day at 5 p.m.
Who will be giving daily media briefs on the progress of this exercise on behalf of all of us every day at 5 p.m.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Mesh Msimbi.